Welcome to XRoadsNetworks how-to guides. I'm going to walk you through setting up your WAN1 interface into a bridge mode. First thing we need to do is go up to the Interfaces tab. Under the Interface Config drop-down menu, go ahead and select your WAN1 interface. Only the WAN1 will have the option for a bridge mode configuration. So we're going to go ahead and select the active radio, bridge mode radio. You do not have a NAT or DMZ option when you're in bridge mode. It is a transparent mode. So we're going to have to select the NAT disabled radio button. And bridge mode only supports a static IP address, so we're going to select the static radio button. And for your failback setting, in the event of an outage, your LAN network will fail over to the next available WAN interface. However, this failback setting will let you determine how frequently you want to test when this WAN1 interface is back up. If you hit this question mark, you can see up top that the description will change, and it'll explain to you that the bridge mode level 1 will check an hourly rate, level 2 5-minute, level 3 15-second checks. So if you select this drop-down menu, you have the option of 1 through 3 and a manual reset. On initial setup, we recommend you set up for level 3 to have 15-second checks. This is to ensure that you have proper configuration on your WAN1 interface and you gain an up status immediately. Once you have an up status and you confirm that your interface is configured properly, we recommend you change it to a level 1, because every time it performs an up status test, your LAN network will briefly lose internet connection. That's why we recommend you change it to an hourly check. You still have the option to do a manual reset once you've confirmed that the internet connection is back up. So for the initial configuration, we're going to leave it at level 3. Moving down to the interface of the WAN1, the XRoads device will need to have an IP address, so you're going to have to allocate an IP address on your subnet. I'm going to go ahead and enter the IP address that was given to me by my ISP. And use this drop down to make any changes to the subnet. Under the WAN testing, this will automatically be populated with an IP address that is several hops away from your network in order to perform WAN testing. Here you have the set probe. There's an option to manually set a probe address, which your interface will periodically ping to confirm an up status. We recommend you enter the last hop of your ISP's network. You want to ensure that this address is pingable by your WAN interface and it is part of your provider's network. Below you have the link rate options. This is set in megabits. In this case, we are setting a 10 by 10 megabit connection. It is important that you set the appropriate link rate for all of the EdgeXOS services to function appropriately. And below you can make a WAN description. Once you're done configuring the interface, select the apply button. The page will then refresh and you'll receive a couple notices up on top. Here we have this notice sending us back to the home page to commit our changes to the interfaces as well as saving our settings. Prior to doing this, we do recommend you use a next available interface. Simply create a DMZ port. DMZ interfaces will allow all inbound traffic, so it is normally used for peer-to-peer networks or for a secondary subnet. But in this example, we will be using it as a backup interface in order to access the web GUI for troubleshooting. At this time, we're going to go to the home page. As you see, none of our changes have been applied to the running configuration. Here we have the commit to interfaces button, which will apply all of our changes to the running configuration. It will take you to the next page and you have a chance to review all of the changes you intend on making, since you are configuring a device to be transparent. The ISP gateway is going to follow through and be the gateway for whatever device is connected to the LAN interface. This means you will need to have 2 available IP addresses on the subnet given to you by your ISP, one for the XRoads device and one for the firewall. Keep in mind that this IP address will become the new address that you will use to access the device. If you notice, right now I'm using the default address. This 10.100 address will become the new address for the XRoads GUI. So at this time, you should lose connection to the device. Ensure that you make changes to your computer's IP address and put it on the same subnet as the XRoads device. Here we have access to the XRoads device under the new subnet. As you see on the home page, you'll see that the LAN interface and the WAN1 interface now have the same IP address. If you're unable to access the GUI using the bridge IP address, we recommend you use the DMZ port for troubleshooting. Now that we've got an up status, we're going to go ahead and save our changes. If you need further assistance configuring your bridge mode, please visit myxroads.com for documentation and technical support. Thank you.